Jarmo, is Bemstrom cleared to skate at the start of camp?
Yep,
Okay.
he is.
And what were it was Foodie and Mateau that won't be clear to go. What are their situations?
We're looking into the Foodie situation. Mateau had a little procedure on his knee, and he's going to be ready soon, but not from the start of the camp.
Okay. And any guess when Hannakainen might be here?
No, unfortunately, that's a little. How should I say it? It's a unfortunate situation with the immigration. We don't know. We don't have an answer.
Edge.
I'll give you the same one I gave towards how important is it for you guys, especially in your tenure here, where you've come from to where you are now, to not take a back step this year?
Well, we're always looking to improve. Sometimes you have to meet some challenges in the way that the team progresses with the contracts expiring and free agents, the rights of free agency being in front of some players, and that's why you build through the draft and develop players, and you plan ahead many years, and if you have your depth chart stocked with good prospects that are ready to make an impact on your team, then you're hoping that those guys can step in and not only make your team, but make an impact on it. And that's why we didn't really go out and try to sign a lot of veteran players, because we feel that the prospects that we have that are ready to do that deserve a chance, deserve a long look of where they're at and what they can do for our team now. So that's why we're kind of anxious to get started here and see where we're at. But I always say this, that the Traverse City Tournament is a great indication. Usually the players that can be a step above the regular level of play and dominate there are usually very close to making the team, not only making the team, but also making an impact on the team. And Texier was excellent in that tournament. And there were others too, but he was clearly a level above the regular play there. So I think he's going to have a real good chance of not only making our team, but making our team better.
Jared in the back.
Jarmo, on the subject of Texier, we saw him this summer when he was at development camp, obviously just coming out of Traverse City. Still a very young man, obviously, but you're kind of getting at this point, I think, about are you forecasting for him some pretty special things? Do you see him as the kind of scoring threat that could take you to another level?
Well, we'll go one step at a time and let him develop here. He's a young man, just 20 years old, but he's clearly developed physically this summer too. He had a healthy summer this year, unlike the last two before, where he had some health problems and didn't really get to put the work in as you would normally hope in the off season. He comes back and he's gained about 10 pounds of muscle in the off season, and he looks bigger and stronger, and we could see it on the ice too. But I'm not going to be projecting for points or goals here. I don't do that for any of the players, but he's been progressing the way ever since we drafted him. He's been taking huge steps forward, playing in a very good league in Finland for 2 years and being one of the better players in that league last year, stepping into the American League and being a dominant player there at the end of the year last year, and then coming into the NHL and looking like he belonged right away and even playing in the playoffs. So I think the natural progression for him is now to make our team and be a full-time member of the Blue Jackets and hopefully make an impact for us to be better.
No one else? Mark here.
So you talk about Liam Foodie. I'm curious about your thoughts on, they might talk about in the CBA with a 19-year-old, if you can assign him to the AHL. Is that something that you'd be in favor of if they change that? Because he can either make your roster or would have to be sent back to London.
Well, I think it's a case-by-case thing. There are some examples, and I'm not getting into any names, but players that have played 3-4 years already in junior and really wouldn't have much to gain as far as their development goes to play another year. I understand some of the teams and wanting to put that player in the American League, but at the same time, I respect the programs that the junior teams have, and they want their best players back. as long as they have the right to do so. So with Liam Foodie, if he doesn't make our team, he's going to London, and that's it. And there's no reason to speculate that. Unfortunately, he's injured right now, but hopefully he'll get healthy soon, and we can get him back into camp.
Matt here.
Just what is your confidence level in goal this year with the guys that you have? Obviously, losing Bob, but I assume feel pretty good about it. But what's your confidence level with this group?
It's very high. Otherwise, we would have done something differently. And we have two very talented young goalies that haven't really gotten their opportunity to show that they can play in the NHL. Now they'll get that opportunity. Corpy, like Torch said, played his best hockey when he got an opportunity to play a lot of games in a row when Bobrovsky was hurt, and he put some very good numbers up in those stretches of time there that he had a couple of years ago. And Elvis has obviously been one of the top goalies outside of the NHL for the last couple of years. Not only the top goalie in the Swiss League, but also a top goalie in the World Championships, playing against NHL players mostly in that tournament, and had great success. Vehviläinen is 2 years in a row in the Finnish final, best goalie in the league, won the championship. So we have three goalies that are not just guys that are raw and rookies, or Corpy's not a rookie anymore anyways, but the other two, they've been around. Elvis is 25 years old. Vehviläinen is 22, so they're not 18-year-old guys trying to make it to the NHL raw and green. They're guys that have been playing some great hockey against good hockey players on a world-class level. So we're confident that they're up for the challenge, and we'll see what they can do, and we'll go from there.
Jarmo, with Zach getting his deal done, is there anything pressing on your to-do list at this point?
Well, there's always a to-do list that evolves every day, but and we've said it all along that we're going to give this group a chance to show what they can do. We're very, very confident in our core group, and I'm a little aggravated by the doubters, to be honest with you, because it shows disrespect to our core group that brought us all that success that we've had in the last 3 years. I think 4 teams have more regular season wins that we do, and we did have 108 points before Panarin arrived here. Yeah, I'm a little upset about all that and getting fed up talking about it, but yeah, we're gonna surprise some people with the young players that we have coming in. And Emil Bemstrom, now he's cleared to play. He had 23 goals in the Swedish league last year, and there's 2 pretty good players, and one being the Rookie of the Year last year in the National Hockey League, and Kent Nielsen, that scored more goals at that age or as a teenager than he did. So whether he's going to be as good as those 2 guys, I don't know, but time will tell. But it's also pretty hard to be the #1 goal scorer in the Swedish Elite League. So I think he's up for the challenge, that there might be a great opening here and great opportunity for a winger, right-handed shot, placed the left side. Who knows? We'll see. Marco Dano's coming back.
With the open spots and the need for scoring, this would seem a prime time for Sonny Milano to establish himself. How big of a make-or-break year is this for him? And second part of that, will his legal issues interrupt his camp at any point?
Second part of your question, I'm not really going to be able to answer, but I think that, yes, this is a great opportunity for Sonny Milano as well. There's going to be a huge opening on the left side with the #9 gone, and I would hope that all those guys are hungry as hell to get that opportunity and take that ice time, and also get divided by some of the other guys that were there last year, that now will get another opportunity to grab a bigger role, more ice time, power play, all that stuff all that ice time that was occupied by Panarin. So yeah, I expect very competitive camp. I think that we've shown all along that It's not your status, your contract, your experience, or any of that that matters. It's what you do on the ice. So I would think that creates a great competition for our camp. Our D group should be still one of the best in the league, and we'll see how our talented young goaltenders do.